if Dave gets into his stride early, then we know that treble 20 is going to be worn out.
Well, Edhouse beat Martin Schindler to get to this stage. As we said, Robert Thornton not here, so straight into the quarterfinals. He attempted Q-School at the start of the year. Didn't make it through that tough competition, despite getting to the last 16 on the first day. So he had a bit of a disaster the next 3 days.
And the thing is, when 64. People win their tour card, they think they've made it. I'm afraid that's just the first rung of the ladder, and the rest is a lot harder.
Well, the option to enter the qualifiers for these European Tour events is where people can really make a run into getting onto that professional tour still. I mean, Edhouse here already, I mean, yeah, he's received a little bit of luck with a bye, but he's already increased his career earnings by 50% even if he loses today.
100.
Yes, that's right. You know, there are plenty of back doors to make it to your tour card and TV events. Excuse me, Joey Mernon last year didn't have a tour card and
100.
made a couple because he won a tour event. Then they've got the Challenge Tour, all the qualifiers. So, yeah, there's a good calendar of darts, even if you've not got the tour card.
125.
Well, Dave Chisnall needs to put some pressure on here because Edhouse on 116 is well capable of taking that out.
79.
Well, there's two routes. You can either go the 19s, 4 19s, leaves double top, 4 treble 20s, leaves double 18. Well, double 18 it is.
Double 18
certainly is.
Now then, fantastic start for Edhouse. Takes the first leg in 15 darts against a throw and a 1-1-6 finish. If Chisnall was expecting an easy ride here, he can forget that.
Yeah, the advantage Chisnall has, though, that he can sustain, you know, high scoring over a good number of legs, where Richie's not been playing this sort of system very often or for a long time. So, you know, you do tend to find that those sort of players, they may go okay for 2 or 3 legs, but very rarely do they keep that high standard up to, you know, for the over 6 legs.
140.
Yeah, Chizzy has achieved a high standard, a consistent high standard these days. 4-time major finalist.
140.
Beaten at Lakeside and then triple runner-up in the PDC as he looks for his first 180 and gets it.
180.
Yeah, Chisnall's rhythm looks a lot better this afternoon than it did last night. I have to say it was very jerky. It wasn't in sync at all.
You require 121.
Yeah, a couple of big finishes got him out of jail last night.
It certainly did, yes.
As he looks for another big finish here on the bullseye.
82.
Well, Edhouse took out 116 in that first leg. Can he take 105 out? It is to hold his throw. Look at treble 15 now. Oh, he's not going to do that, so Chisnall comes back. He's going to get 2 darts
81.
at the double, possibly double 16.
23.
Well, Edhouse for a 2-0 lead against Dave Chisnall.
And shot in the second leg.
Rich Edhouse moves 2 legs clear.
To throw first.
Yeah, Chisnall, dart at the bullseye. A couple of darts at doubles, all missed. So Edhouse has got a nice little lead early on in this match, and then now if he can really fire in a real good leg here, then he
60.
puts the pressure on Dave Chisnall.
Good first dart for Chisnall.
137.
Edhouse, 32 years old, from Hornchurch in Essex.
57.
Yeah, to get to this tournament,
97.
he had to go through the grueling qualifiers. A lot of players in there, I mean, PDPA members can enter those qualifiers. And there's a lot of players that aren't here that didn't make it. So it's an achievement in itself just to be here.
It is, Chris, yes.
134.
Of course, they're on £1,000 turning up, even if they lose first round, which is not a bad little wage. But it's a tough school now.
121.
Like I say, when you look at the names that do not qualify now. Oh, no, what's happened here with Chisnall?
That's
That's a good second dart at the double. Got him out of jail because you're thinking that the double 17 could be a problem.
Yeah, usually pretty solid on double 18. And Edhouse looking pretty solid here.
123.
He looks like he will be in the UK Open as well, Richie Edhouse. Beat Terry Jenkins of Benito van der Pas at the weekend. Chisnall fills up the treble bed.
81.
Well, Van der Pas missed the double 18 for a 9 last night. Are we going to see one today?
134.
All 16 players are capable of doing them.
Yep, Chisnall fired in
96.
perfection at the Grand Slam last year. And in a very short
55.
format game, it was a group stage match. And he'll come back
100.
for 132.
132.
Well, needs the treble 19. That leaves the bullseye, and that's not a bad guide.
107.
He's just kissed the barrel. It's gone down the wrong side and kept it out. So 101. Treble 15 or treble 19. Treble 19 leaves double 12.
77.
There's a let off for Chisnall. Now a chance to get the throw back. He's already missed dart at double 16 and a dart at double 8. This time he does hit the double 8 and gets it back to parity.
Reflect Dave to throw first.
Yep, no trouble for Chisnall that time. Edhouse was unlucky not to complete the 101 combination. Chisnall averaging around the 100 mark.
140.
Yes, pretty good averages there from Chisnall. First 9 is pretty
60.
good. Anything over 110 you're happy with. On fire you're looking at 120 plus. And the 101, anything over 100 on the overall average is exceptional.
58.
We mentioned in the last game the amount of money
60.
that Michael van Gerwen's making out of playing darts. Now Chisnall himself is closing in on £1 million in prize money.
Yes, fame and fortune if you're good enough.
121.
Certainly is not a game of darts down the pub anymore. Although I have to say, some of them still class it as a game of darts.
59.
And they're the people that are drifting out and are not making that money.
Chizzy hoping to set up a
140.
quarter-final clash with Michael van Gerwen, who he lost out to in the final of the Masters just last month.
93. David McGrath, 42.
For another 14 dart leg. 14 dart it is. That's 3 on the trot for Dave Chisnall. Keeps his average just edging up even further above the 100.
Yeah, found himself 2-0 down.
That's what I said, Chris. You know, Richie's a newcomer to the game, and like I say to all of them, and my son, you know, it is getting that experience to be able to do and throw consistent darts leg on leg. You know, everybody can go up there and throw 3 or 4 legs, but you need 6 to win, and that's where they fall down. But you know, in 2 years' time, Richie Edhouse may turn up, and he's got that extra little bit of firepower, that little bit of extra experience.
120.
Yeah, very much a mental aspect to this game as well. I mean, James Wade himself admitted after his game with Ryan Harrington yesterday that Ryan had James sweating a bit.
Yeah, just the wrong darts in certain times in the leg, which Chisnall files in an accident. But that's what it's all about when you're playing someone of the experience of James Wade, especially Wadey. He's got that grinding results out even when he's not playing at the top of his game, and that's what he did against Ryan. There's no question about that. Well, this time it's a 12 dart leg. That's 3 14s and a 12 dart for the 4 legs for Dave Chisnall. That's what we say about, you know, the big boys, the Premier League boys. They roll off 4, 5, 6 legs, you know, at low 15s.
Look at this.
That's what it's all about.
140.
Yeah, Chisnall's averaging around 105 now, nearly 106.
100.
And that is the perfect response, really, because Michael van Gerwen just came out and put in a brilliant performance. Laid down the marker.
100.
Yeah, like I said, he's pushing to that 118 now, and like I say, he's just under 106. That's exceptional darts from Chisnall. And there we have that run. 3 14s and a 12. Looks very pretty, doesn't it?
Certainly does.
If pretty is the word, I don't know if we can use the word pretty in darts, can we?
It is Valentine's Day, Rod.
Oh, it is, yes. I hope everyone's out there has treated
91.
their wives, girlfriends, partners. I know I did the creeping before I come out here, Chris.
57. David,
Yep.
170.
While we were commentating on the first game, Rod was taking loads of cards out of envelopes.
84.
I wish.
So Chisnall wants 86 for another sub 15 dart leg.
86.
Treble 18 he hits. Taking his time, just recomposing himself.
54.
Well, there is a chance here for Richie at 153. Treble 19 now. That would have left double 18. Chisnall's coming back, and you feel the way Chisnall's playing, he's not going to give this up with 3 darts in his hand.
The 1's gone begging. 2 have gone begging.
Aim shot in the 7th leg.
But you were right, Rod.
Evening Richie to throw first. Game on.
Third time of asking, Chisnall pins a double, and now it's just 1 leg from a quarter-final clash with the world number 1.
137.
Well, it's 5 legs on the trot from Chisnall.
123.
Although he messed around on those doubles, all 5 legs, well over the 100 average.
100.
Solid performance from Edhouse. He's certainly not disgracing himself.
No, certainly not. Like I say, you know, a little bit more experience on the PDC stage.
120.
You know, just tidying up the odd dart here instead of a 60. You know, you make the 100. It makes all the difference. Move them 60s into 100s, 100s into the odd 140.
60.
And you're starting to compete. You know, just not in 2 legs, but in another 2 of those legs, and get control of the game. And then it's all about putting pressure on your opponent. Talking about pressure, that certainly has piled the pressure on Edhouse now.
Yeah, great example of what you were talking about, because Edhouse, if he'd have found 100 rather than 60, would have been on a finish, and Chisnall stepped in and punished him for that with a maximum,
60.
his 4th of the match.
78.
And a 2 dart kill of 78 puts Dave Chisnall